The man was buried alive by a mudslide. He rolled down the car window and reached out to test the thickness of the mud. To his horror, a massive surge of dirt flooded into the car. In panic, he quickly slammed the window shut. Before he could relax, the sunroof suddenly cracked open. Frantically, he grabbed some tape trying to seal the broken glass. But the tape couldn't withstand the pressure. The mud was closing in and the man feared he was about to be buried alive. Then he noticed a steering wheel lock under the seat. He quickly pulled it out and wedged it against the sunroof. To his surprise, this abandoned lock actually held back the encroaching dirt. He gathered all the usable items inside the car, hoping to find something to help him survive. But nothing seemed useful. Just then, water began to seep through the sunroof and drip into the car. Desperate, he pulled out his wallet and took out a postcard. He folded it into a funnel shape, inserted it into a plastic bottle, and wedged it into the lock mechanism. The dripping water quickly filled the bottle, solving his water problem. But not long after, he began to feel short of breath. The oxygen in the car was running out, and if he didn't do something, he would suffocate. He grabbed a folding chair and pulled out a hollow steel pipe. He unscrewed the bottle cap, then used his nail clipper to drill a small hole in it. Next, he threaded a piece of string through the cap and inserted the string into the steel pipe, sealing the end with the cap. With gloves on, he straightened a piece of wire and used it to drill a hole in the sunroof. He held the steel pipe tightly and pushed it upward through the hole. But the thickness of the dirt was far greater than he expected. He dismantled the second steel pipe, threaded more string through it, and connected it to the first one. He continued adding pipes until the entire length was covered. But soon he realized that even 2 steel pipes weren't long enough. His breathing became more and more difficult. He removed the final steel pipe and used all his strength to push upward. But this time it seemed like the pipe had hit something. No matter how hard he pushed, it wouldn't budge. He tried using a jack, hoping to force the pipe upward. But soon the jack reached its limit and the pipe still hadn't pierced the dirt. In desperation, the man placed a towel under his shoulder and used his body to push hard against the steel pipe. Suddenly, he felt his shoulder loosen. The pipe finally broke through the dirt. He quickly inserted the wire into the pipe and pushed the cap off. When he saw the light shining through the hole, the man let out an ecstatic shout, even greeting the opening. But after that, he blacked out. When he regained consciousness, the will to survive reignited inside him. He filled his water bottle with urine and drank it. Re-energized, he stripped off his clothes and smeared motor oil all over his body. Then he tightened his grip on the steel pipe and completely destroyed the sunroof. Next, he crawled into the dirt, digging a tunnel while using his back to brace the dirt behind him, preventing it from collapsing and burying him again. He tried to reassure himself, telling himself that if he just held on a little longer, he would escape. With calm determination, he kept digging. But suddenly, the dirt above him started to shift. He was buried again. Time passed, and then a few fingers broke through the soil. Clinging to his will to survive, he held his breath and crawled out from under the dirt. It turned out that the soft earth was what gave him the chance to survive. With one hand, he pried away the dirt above his head. And in the next moment, he saw hope.